Stop while you're watching meme coins pump and dump. 4 digital assets are quietly becoming the backbone of a $200 trillion financial system overhaul. Buckle up. While you're clutching assets like Quant QNT, Ripple's XRP, Hedera HBAR, or Stellar XLM, you're likely questioning what's truly unfolding behind the scenes. Ditch the fleeting price movements and superficial social media buzz. The worldwide financial infrastructure is undergoing its most seismic shift since digital banking emerged. These 4 digital powerhouses aren't merely surviving the upheaval, they're the essential building blocks of tomorrow's architecture. This isn't about hunting quick profits or riding the next viral token surge. We're examining the foundation stones of an entirely new monetary universe. Programmable money, enterprise-level infrastructure, and digital assets precisely engineered to integrate with the trillion-dollar machinery of global banking networks. While countless retail traders get sidetracked, the serious capital, the wealth that creates generational fortunes, is strategically positioning itself around technologies capable of moving massive value with security and scale. So settle in, because we're diving deep into precisely why Quant, the XRP ledger, Hedera Hashgraph, and Stellar Lumens aren't just primed for substantial expansion, but are absolutely central to digital finance's destiny. Want to stay ahead and grasp what 99% of investors are overlooking? Subscribe to Crypto Talk and smash that notification bell. You're about to peek behind the curtain. Alright, let's focus and truly dissect what's happening with Quant Network, because this is where the narrative of our new financial ecosystem becomes genuinely fascinating. It's remarkably easy to get swept away in the endless sea of crypto projects, glance at a price chart, and make hasty judgments. You might check QNT's performance, notice it's not delivering weekly rocket ship gains, and think there's nothing noteworthy happening. But hear me out, that would be a colossal miscalculation. In the realm of high-stakes finance and cutting-edge technology, the most impactful projects are rarely the loudest ones. Quant's real narrative isn't hidden in daily price movements. It's embedded in the foundational infrastructure they're constructing and the elite partnerships they're systematically building behind closed doors. The centerpiece of their operation is Overledger, Quant's flagship innovation. Erase any preconceptions about this being just another blockchain. That's completely off the mark. Envision Overledger as the universal financial operating system, the master key capable of unlocking any digital door. It's the ultimate translator, creating seamless interoperability infrastructure for central banks, massive financial institutions, and complex enterprise ecosystems. And if that sounds like aspirational tech speak, let's get into the concrete details. The European Central Bank, one of the planet's most powerful and influential financial authorities, has officially chosen Quant as a pioneer partner for its digital euro initiative. Let that reality sink in. The ECB isn't just scheduling courtesy meetings, they're actively collaborating with Quant to test programmable euro capabilities and secure peer-to-peer marketplace payments. This partnership alone reveals everything about Quant's strategic positioning. They're not attempting to disrupt banks, they're positioning themselves as the indispensable technology that enables the entire global financial system's evolution into the digital era. Through sophisticated plug-and-play APIs and the core Overledger platform, Quant enables legacy systems, the very architecture supporting today's global finances, to communicate seamlessly and securely with the explosive blockchain-based asset ecosystem. This encompasses the complete universe of stablecoins and tokenized assets, achieved without requiring expensive, multi-year, high-risk complete system overhauls. It's like retrofitting a reliable 747 with a hypersonic engine while maintaining flight operations. Now here's where the narrative shifts from impressive to absolutely game-changing. Enter QuantFlow, their revolutionary offering launched in May 2025. If Overledger is the foundational operating system, QuantFlow is the killer application suite designed for real-world money management. This transcends simple point-to-point value transfers. QuantFlow represents sophisticated programmable money infrastructure featuring PayScript, the world's first financial scripting language specifically engineered for banks. It's a comprehensive API suite empowering banks and corporations to automate extraordinarily complex financial operations. They can literally program money itself, embedding intelligent logic that responds to real-world events while effortlessly connecting to vast stablecoin networks across different platforms. Consider the practical implications. A multinational corporation can deploy QuantFlow to establish automated treasury management rules, converting currencies and relocating funds to minimize risk while maximizing yield based on live market intelligence. Picture commercial banks offering clients smart accounts where tax provisions are automatically reserved with every incoming payment, or complex international trade scenarios where escrow payments release incrementally as goods are verified at each supply chain checkpoint. This represents the automation and intelligence level Quant flow is designed to deliver, all while integrating with institutions' existing operational systems. While the retail world remains fixated on candlestick patterns and chasing the latest narratives, Quant is methodically and strategically embedding itself directly into next-generation financial system infrastructure. They're not just marketing products, they're constructing the fundamental rails and establishing the protocols for future money movement. Let's redirect our focus to a digital asset many believe they understand, but whose true purpose is only now crystallizing with remarkable clarity. We're talking about XRP and the powerful infrastructure it provides, which is operating in the background and gaining tremendous momentum daily. It's absolutely crucial to look beyond outdated headlines, courtroom theatrics, and social media chaos. The authentic story of the XRP ledger today is its rapid transformation into a dominant force, a genuine superhighway for real-world regulated stablecoins. We're beyond hypothetical scenarios now. As of mid-2025, the XRPL has become a thriving hub for an expanding family of regulated stablecoins. In May 2025, StraitsX, a major payment institution licensed by Singapore's Monetary Authority, launched its Singapore dollar-backed stablecoin XSGD directly onto the XRP ledger. This isn't merely another token, it's a regulated digital currency from a crucial Asian financial center, now operational on XRPL. But the momentum doesn't stop there. Ripple has entered the arena with RLUSD, its own US dollar-backed stablecoin that reached over $500 million in circulation by July 2025. Here's the bombshell proving their ambitious scale. Ripple has announced a landmark partnership with BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank, overseeing approximately $53 trillion in assets, to serve as primary custodian for RLUSD's reserves. Let that reality register. A traditional finance titan is now directly involved in safeguarding the assets backing a stablecoin designed for the XRP ledger. This epitomizes bridging legacy systems with emerging technology. Why is this happening? Why are serious institutional players choosing XRPL? Because stablecoins have evolved beyond niche crypto experiments, they're now central to finance's next evolutionary phase. Governments, central banks, and payment giants like MasterCard and Visa are heavily committed, moving past curiosity to asking the critical question: how do we integrate this new digital money form into existing global payment infrastructure? This is precisely where the XRP ledger's inherent advantages shine. XRPL was engineered from inception with a singular focus: to be exceptionally fast, remarkably cost-effective, and extraordinarily reliable for cross-border value transfer. Transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds for approximately 0.0002 per transaction. When you combine this with its native decentralized exchange, enabling instant trading and liquidity, its regulatory compliance features including the clawback amendment for court-ordered token redemption, and its energy-efficient design consuming just 0.0079 kWh per transaction, you have the perfect foundation for enterprise-grade stablecoins to flourish. Here's how this creates a cohesive ecosystem. A regulated stablecoin like XSGD or RLUSD, issued on the XRP ledger, can achieve seamless interoperability with traditional banking systems through advanced interoperability layers like Quant's overledger. This means banks avoid single blockchain lock-in. They can utilize Quant for universal translation and bridging, while the XRP ledger functions as the high-speed settlement engine, moving value with unmatched efficiency. The theoretical scenarios are finished. The infrastructure is live, and powerful engines like XRP are already operational with finance's biggest names boarding the platform. Hedera Hashgraph Enterprise-Grade Tokenization Engine. Next up is Hedera Hashgraph. With quiet, methodical precision, Hedera and its native asset HBAR are solidifying their position as the enterprise-grade distributed ledger technology of choice for tokenizing real-world assets and innovative stablecoin issuance. Here's what you need to understand. Hedera isn't just discussing the future, they're actively constructing it. The platform already hosts USDC through cross-chain burn mint operations and the Australian Digital Dollar, AUDD, which launched in June 2025 as the first commercial implementation of Hedera's stablecoin studio. Furthermore, there are active plans with Philippine banks including Union Bank, RCBC, Cantalan Bank, and Rural Bank of Guinabatan to launch PHPX, a multi-issuer peso-backed stablecoin targeting the $40 billion annual remittance market. This isn't speculative hype. These are real-world financial institutions building on proven technology. A key component driving this adoption is the Stablecoin Studio, a comprehensive open-source toolkit empowering institutions to issue programmable stablecoins on Hedera with integrated compliance, speed, and enterprise-level control features. What distinguishes Hedera is its unique technology and governance structure. The Hashgraph consensus mechanism delivers incredibly high speeds with transaction finality in under 3 seconds, all at minimal cost averaging 0.001 per transaction. The network can process over 10,000 transactions per second while maintaining a carbon-negative footprint, as validated by University College London studies. Perhaps most compelling for large institutions is Hedera's governance. The network operates under a global council of 28 respected corporations, including Google, IBM, Boeing, and Dell Technologies, expanding to 39 members. This provides stability and trust levels crucial for enterprise adoption, with council members serving 3-year terms to ensure decentralized oversight. Just like with the XRP ledger, stablecoins built on Hedera can seamlessly connect to Quant flow, providing direct access to traditional banks, established payment rails, and cross-border corridors. In a world approaching explosive growth in central bank digital currencies, bank-issued coins, and various stablecoins, Hedera's positioning is nothing short of brilliant. Stellar compliance-first cross-border infrastructure. Now let's examine Stellar and its native asset, XLM. While other projects might generate more marketing noise, Stellar has maintained laser-like focus on its core mission, creating equitable access to the global financial system through compliant, low-cost cross-border payments. The results speak volumes. The Stellar network hosts at least 6 major stablecoins, including the Australian digital currency, AUDC, GMO Trust US dollar and Japanese yen-backed stablecoins GYN and ZUSD. Circle's USDC with over $83 million supply and $4.2 billion in payment volume, VersaBank's Canadian dollar stablecoin VCAD, and Circle's Euro stablecoin EURC. There's even XLMG, a token backed by physical gold. Stellar's unique value proposition lies in its unwavering commitment to simplicity, built-in regulatory tools including native KYC and AML account flags, and focus on real-world use cases impacting everyday lives. Transaction settlement occurs in 3 to 5 seconds at an average fee of 0.000005 per operation, making it exceptionally cost-effective for high-volume applications. The platform's partnerships validate this approach, with MoneyGram using Stellar rails for fiat on off-ramp services, Circle enabling banks and fintechs to settle USDC with finality, and even the United Nations exploring Stellar for atomic settlement of tokenized assets. Stellar isn't chasing fleeting trends, it's building durable financial corridors. The crucial takeaway, much like XRP and HBAR, Stellar's stablecoin ecosystem is thriving. Once again, all these networks can interconnect with traditional banking through Quant's overledger. This means a stablecoin on Stellar could be utilized by banks through QuantFlow's APIs, triggered by automated payroll systems, and settled across borders in seconds for fractions of a penny. Stellar's compliance-first philosophy, combined with its impressive stablecoin roster and integration potential through platforms like Quant, positions it at the heart of the impending payments revolution. This isn't hype, it's the new financial operating system. And you guys, I have a special trick for you, which nobody seems to be using, and I cannot wrap my head around why. Because if you sign up through my link down in the description onto the BTCC exchange, you get a 10% deposit bonus, and now stay with me here. Now here comes the important part. If you have any trading capital on any other exchange and you move it to your newly created BTCC account, you get on top of your capital you moved another 10% extra trading capital. As an example, if you move or deposit 100K to your account, you get 10K for free. I'm not kidding. I really don't understand why nobody is doing this. To me, it really seems like people sometimes are too lazy or just don't like free money. I mean, like, I cannot make that account for you. You will need to do that yourself. All right, let's jump back into the video. Let's step back and examine the bigger picture. Endless speculation, competing narratives, and crypto tribalism ultimately mean little if your chosen digital asset isn't built for real-world application. What we're witnessing is the emergence of a new, interconnected financial operating system where Quant provides universal interoperability backbone, XRP builds high-speed liquidity rails, HBAR powers enterprise-grade tokenization, and XLM scales accessible, compliant cross-border remittances. All of these converge around a single powerful theme, a future of finance driven by stablecoins and rooted in compliance. When industry reports indicate that 90% of surveyed financial institutions have active stablecoin integration strategies, when payment giants like MasterCard and Visa launch comprehensive digital currency initiatives, and when the European Central Bank selects Quant for digital euro testing, you're no longer observing a theoretical future. You're watching the foundation of the next financial system being constructed in real time. Here's the crucial piece most people miss. These assets aren't isolated islands. They're designed for interoperability and complementarity. They're being quietly tested and adopted by the very institutions many retail investors consider adversaries. While social media influencers promote fleeting meme coins, smart patient money is strategically positioning itself in the protocols that the world's largest financial institutions are literally building upon. The final move, infrastructure phase opportunity. We've moved beyond being early to crypto in the general sense, but we're incredibly early to the infrastructure phase. The transition from a speculation-driven market to one defined by real-world programmable money is happening right now. If you're holding QNT, XRP, HBAR, or XLM, you're not just on the sidelines, you're holding the keys to this new financial architecture. But here's the unvarnished truth. Infrastructure development moves slowly until it doesn't. The final explosive phase of this transformation begins when major banks shift from testing these systems to full-scale deployment. It happens when stablecoin APIs like Quant become standard operational components. It happens when significant value stops moving through slow, expensive legacy systems and starts flowing through these intelligent, interoperable rails. By the time that transition occurs, the opportunity to position yourself at these levels will be a distant memory. So if you're here and you've made it this far, don't let this convergence of technology and institutional adoption pass you by. The infrastructure revolution is happening now. Smash that subscribe button on Crypto Talk and slam those notifications harder than institutions are adopting these protocols. Because the next time we discuss QNT, XRP, HBAR, and XLM, the institutions may have already gone live. And if you're not prepared, you'll be watching from the sidelines while others ride the wave of the century. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which of these infrastructure titans are you most confident in and why? Share this video with another smart investor who needs to see beyond the hype and understand the real infrastructure being built. This is Crypto Talk, and we're staying ahead of the curve while others are still trying to figure out what's happening.